Good afternoon, everyone. It's Rachel here, and we are doing Anne's 52. There's my coffee in my favorite little cup. I don't know if you can see that. It's just a little coffee today because it's late. And so I've been to the hairdressers to get rid of the greys. And anyway, it's time to do my tag. Now, I was going to do this. This is one of my favorite fabrics. Let me show you this. This is an antique French fabric. It's kind of like a toile but colours. That sort of design. It's beautiful. I've never used it. It's even had some repairs on it. I've used a little bit of it somewhere. But I bought it at a craft fair here. This big one in Vicenza that hasn't been on, obviously, due to the you-know-what. And I stopped going there because it's very crowded, and I don't need to go and be buying all those craft supplies anymore. I would continue to go if there was a French lady there, and my mum was here. It was when my mum came to that craft fair. Do you remember, Juju? And there were quite a few French sellers there, and they had antique haberdashery and fabrics, and she had these fabrics in rolls, and I had bought this one. And I absolutely love it, and I hardly ever use it, and I really do need to think about something for it. So then I had ripped off a little piece where the flowers are, and I thought I was going to do that and maybe put a bit of lace down the bottom and buttons. And I thought, well, you know, we do a lot. I've done a lot with these pretty floral sort of older sort of fabrics. And so then I thought, well, you know what? I went to Florence, and actually didn't mean to pull that out. That's that piece of tatting that we used in the tatting one. And I did tell you, but I didn't show you because I'm horrible. I got, the lady had brought, the dealer had brought a whole lot of stuff that she had at her home to see if I wanted to buy it. So, actually this was the first time I found her. This is what I found, bought this beautiful damaski fabric. Look, it's just falling apart. It's really precious, and I bought that from her. So it's come off something. I don't know what it was, but it's just gorgeous. So I thought I might use a piece of that. Yeah, I thought I might use a piece of that. And my brain's just a scatterbrain today. I'm very late. So I think I'll use a piece of that there. I don't know that I'm going to be doing a lot of embroidery today. I just want the fabric to shine, if you know what I mean. So I may not do a lot of embroidery. I wanted to show you a couple of other things I got from her, and then we will have a day where I'll show you the other things. I got this amazing antique trim. This is from a church. It's got metal in it. You can feel it's even cold. And it's at least early 1800s. It could be 1700s. And I just love that. And I felt like it goes really well with the fabric. I also got these. She did bring these. She was really funny. See, this is amazing. It's got, it did have some sort of shiny, actually you can see it a bit more here. See, it had some metal thread going through it as well. It feels like it's kind of like a linen. It's quite prickly. And they used to, she told me she had a whole lot of these, and she put them in a box, and I pulled out she would go through and pull out the bits that you want, and I pulled out all of the ones that were like this, and they would stitch them on the inside of the clothing. I'm not sure about this one with the gold, but I have other ones that are linen. She said they're very old. They could even be 1600s. Some of them could even be 1500s, she told me. She wasn't quite sure, but they're incredibly old. And she said to me, my heart is crying. This, translating from Italian to English, mi piange cuore, she said to me, my heart is crying, selling you these. Why did I put those in the box? And I said, I don't have to buy them. I don't have to buy them if you don't want me to. And she did sell them to me. So I mean, she said she's had them at her home for at least 10 years, and was thinking she'd do something with them, but then she never did. So I thought that could be something to use because it goes really well with the fabric. And then I just pulled out of this my box. I've got this one here. I think I got this one in Florence. No, maybe I got it at Antique Market. I can't remember. So there, that's really nice. That could go. And it was this colour. I didn't tea dye it or anything like that. That was the colour of it. And then I've got this one that I bought in Florence. Look, it's even got the old tag on it. And it's like little little patches like that. Probably needs a bit of a wash, but I actually like the dirtiness. So I thought that's cool. Now, you wait till you see this. You're going to flop on the floor when you see this one. And then I said to her, I'd chosen all my fabrics and bits and pieces, and I said to her, what's that over there? And she said, oh, I just got that. And you wait till you see this. This is a dream come true. Look at that. It's all hand embroidered. You can see on the back it's hand embroidered. It's from probably, she thought, could be wrong. I don't know. I'm not an expert, but she felt like it could be, it's got metal work and everything. It's silk embroidery. It could be early 1900s, she thought, or possibly 1800s, but she wasn't quite sure. I could be early 1900s looking at the pattern. Could be a bit nouveau-y sort of pattern. I don't know. I'm not an expert. But anyway, that's a trim. I thought that could look nice on the fabric. So I think, yes, I just spoke to my mum. I said, I don't want to do the tag this week. I you know, like we've done, you know, fabrics and buttons, and I felt like my, not the fault of the prompt, but more my fault that I wasn't feeling, I didn't know what to do that was different. So now I'm really excited because my mum just said to me, just start pulling things out and seeing what you want to use. And see, look what I did. I pulled that out. I even cut it down to size, but I can use that somewhere else. This other one here. I mean, it would even be nice there, but I think I want this to shine, this fabric, because it's really, really precious. So, and I don't know if I'm going to do anything with it in particular. So I think I can afford to just trim off a piece, and don't freak out, because you know we've got to use these things. They need to be used. They can't just sit there. Like she told me she's had them in a box, all this stuff in a box for years. And this I don't know. I think it's from the early 1800s. I don't know if it could be from the 1700s. I don't know. But it's very fragile. It's literally just crumbling in your hands. That it might be a silky sort of thing. I don't know. But I'm going to put that there. Actually, I like that bit there. I want that bit to show. So I don't know how much stitching is going to happen in here, in this video. So I felt like I might like to use a bit of this really old. Is that too blendy? Could put that there. But then where will I put this? Because I didn't want to cover that bit up there. You see, that's too much. Maybe I like this, because then I've got to put buttons. No, I like the, you see, the other one's working more for me because this is looking like a very important silk fabric. Silk brocade sort of fabric, and I feel like it needs something that's like a more important sort of looking trim. I think I like the colours at this end, oddly enough. I think this was quite yellow because I can see bits of yellow there. I even like the reverse side. So I'm going to cut a piece of trim. I don't think there's going to be any rocket science in this video. There's not going to be any revelations or anything like that. So I'll put that there. Do I have any? It's not a very good one. Let's just see if we can work this out. I do need to get 3 buttons on there somewhere. And I would like a piece of this. Do I dare cut it? Kind of would like the red flower. I could cut it. So there's that. There's also this. I can cut one of these off this grungy little piece down here. Put that down there. I'll probably start sneezing. There's probably dust in it. Maybe just... Oh no, I think I will. I'm going to actually trim it close to the flower. I've done it. I've snipped a flower off. I didn't buy it for it just to sit there. Okay. This is really like a dream come true. I can even have it coming up like that or down like that. Let's just have a look if I had it down there onto the trim, and I put that even up there. That's cute. And then buttons. Let's have a, I don't know what's in here. Oh no, that's not buttons. That's needles. I can't even remember. I haven't hardly even stitched for a while. I have lovely buttons from Pandora's Junk Journals as well. Yes, I'm liking this composition. I'm really excited that these precious things have a place. And I'm just going to find a spot for the buttons somewhere. But I really want I think that was from Pam. Something like that. Yeah. So we'll leave those open just in case I change my mind which ones. I've got my thread over here. I'm probably not going to... I might use embroidery floss to stitch on the buttons. But otherwise, I'm not going to be doing any sort of exciting stitching, is what I want to say. No exciting stitching. In the sense, no you know, new stitches or anything like that. I don't like that needle. Why do I have that one? I'll get one from over here. This is a needle. Now, one thing I could do, I'll stitch it down first and then I'll decide. I could put some sort of colour around that when I stitch it on. So why don't I just stitch this on first? That's curling up. I might have to snip that off because it's annoying me. And I'll just smooth this over a little bit. I don't care that it's not even. Put that there. So yeah, it was kind of hard to sort of come up with something that was really sort of, you know, overly creative, because we've done, you know, we've done buttons and I use those florally fabrics, I'm saying it with an Italian accent, all the time. And so, you know, I was feeling a bit of anxiety because nothing new was coming to me. So I am pretty excited now, even though this is not rocket science, to use these wonderful old fabrics. That is nice. Now I need to come back to see where it overlaps there. I need to jump down over there and just what did I want to say? Yeah, just I want to stitch that down. So I have to do little teeny tiny stitches so that you can't hardly see them. Right. Because I'll be going in the middle of the trim. I'm sure these were ecclesiastical trims. They certainly weren't lacking for money, the churches, were they? I don't know why I always start to feel hot and bothered when I turn my camera on, but I'm starting to feel hot and bothered. I've been feeling cool and fresh all day and now I'm hot and bothered. I say it every time because that's what happens. All of a sudden it hits me. I'm feeling hot. I just need to come up here, otherwise it's all going to fray. Okay, and then it will be glued, so it'll be all right. I mean, literally this is going to take 2 shakes of a leg or 2 shakes of a tail, whatever, wherever you're from, and it'll be done. I'm going to stitch that down, I said. I love the ripped bit up there, so I don't want to cover that. Absolutely not. So it is a very frail, fall apart in your hands fabric. So it does need to be attached to something. I think the thing about the way stitching has evolved these last years with the slow stitching movement is that you can just use the tiniest little bits and pieces to create something lovely. You don't need meters and meters of things. You know, like she was saying to me, oh, you know, because all these pieces that she was selling me, there, you know, that's quite a big piece. And there was another piece, it was similar color, but it wasn't exactly the same fabric. I probably should have bought both of them. But, you know, people don't necessarily purchase them because they don't hand sew, and they think, oh, I want to make cushions. Well, that would be too fragile for cushions anyway. Or they want to cover lampshades and stuff like that. And quite often you can only get small pieces. And so then people don't buy them because they don't do this sort of stuff, and they think, what will I do with it? I don't have enough to cover a lampshade, or I don't have enough to make a pillow or whatever. And so they don't buy these bits and pieces of things. And same with the laces too. They don't necessarily buy, you know, there might be a meter of lace or something like that, or a yard or a few yards, but it might not. What the Italian ladies quite often like to do with the lace is they will put it as an insert in a tablecloth. And so they need a long piece of lace to be able to do the work on the tablecloths or whatever, or on the curtains or that sort of thing. So that's why you can find those things at the antique markets. Okay. So, I mean, look, we're nearly done. I'm going to put that there. I don't mind if it overlaps a little bit. I love it. It just looks so old. Well, it is old, but it looks old. Maybe I'll have it coming off the edge a little bit. Okay. I really dislike immensely. Actually, I'm going to change my color of thread. Do you know what? Because this is going to be too visible. I think I'll use this one. This acidy, sort of mustardy sort of color, because I feel like it'll blend in better. I was going to say there's always something nice about getting your hair done. I dislike enormously going to the hairdresser. It takes away from my time. I've been out all morning, literally, since 8 o'clock, 8:15 this morning. Got back at 12 or something like that. But you certainly do feel a little bit renewed when you get your hair done, especially when you're getting older and you have a few greys that you need to cover up. Lulu hadn't had her hair cut since April, so she really wanted to have a haircut before going to school. Of course, Little Miss Organised Fashion Plate had a photograph. Very organised how she was having her hair done. Where's my needle gone? Where's my needle? Here it is. So this is almost blending in. I mean, it's the similar metal thread. I mean, this trim is Hordsville, honestly. This embroidered trim is like, oh, look, I ripped it. I had not, and I ripped it. Let me just get that off and start again. I won't start again. I'm going to be gluing it, so it'll be fine. I'll just start back here. I think I'll have to find a place to display the trim. I've used a little bit of it, but I won't notice that I used a bit of it. I don't think I'll ever see anything like that again, will I? Except for at enormous expense. I've seen on Etsy, there's a lady in Paris that sells this sort of stuff, and very, beautiful old pieces of hand embroideries off things, very old, and they cost a bomb. Why am I getting knots? Don't answer that. You don't need to answer that. Okay, I think I got rid of it. Yes. I think I'm getting tangled in the flower. I better have a sip of coffee before it gets cold. Oh yes, I was saying the lady in Paris, she has beautiful pieces that have been recovered from, I don't know whether they were from pillows or lampshades, and I mean they cost hundreds and hundreds of euro. This did not cost me hundreds of euros, so that's why I grabbed it. Oh, I didn't stitch it quite as far over as I wanted, but it doesn't matter. Does not matter. Oh, I'm so excited about this, to use this stuff that I've been hoarding. Well, not for that long, because I only just got this trim when I was away. So my favourite weather is happening at the moment. Goes down below 20 degrees Celsius at night. So it's cool at night. And I still have to put my fan on, much to my husband's dismay. Because I get those, I just go to bed and nothing. And then all of a sudden I feel hot. With, just no sheet, not even a sheet. And I just feel hot. And so then I have to turn it on. And then I sleep under the sheet. So he brought himself in a camphor quilt to sleep under last night because he couldn't cope with me anymore. He doesn't even like the fan in summer, but he has a higher tolerance of the heat than I do. But the house is cool now, so I don't understand why I'm still feeling hot. I get hot at night. It's probably my old age. That's what it is. Put it down to old age. Just blame it on the old age. That's what I do. Right. Excuse me, my thread has come out and I'm having trouble threading it. There we go. I shouldn't, because it's only just a thin thread. I can't imagine even making this wonderful trim. It's just incredible. They must, those ladies just sat there in their parlours and stitched away. Okay. I've got a few tangles. I need to stitch just a little bit more here. I need to go around there quickly. I have a few dog's teeth stitches here in my hurry. And the thing about these old pieces is you do get tangled in them quite a bit when you're stitching. I keep getting caught on things. I just want to go through the border, not through the stitching, the silk stitching. Okay. I don't know what this fabric's going to think when it gets modern glue stuck on the back of it. Huh. We're nearly at the buttons. Where's the other end here? Nearly there. So at least this tag is going to be different to the other ones. Because if you do them all with this, you know, pretty florals, then they start to look the same to me. Last week it got painted. I'll tell you what, my mum's tags, they look like they go together, but they all look different to each other. She always does different interesting things. She's very good at building up layers and texture. Okay, now I just need to grab, where are they down here? I don't use them that much. I have these silk threads, and I'm wondering if I have a little silk thread that I could, not that colour. That's not silk. Are those, what are those? Why are those in there? Who can tell me? This thread, I thought I might do a little bit around there and also use it to stitch my buttons on. Or will I use cream? I don't know. We'll think about it while I'm stitching here. I don't know if I want to do this. Maybe I want to use cream. I just felt like I might like, or try. I can always take it out if I don't like it. I thought I might like just to go around here, just to add a little hint of colour, just little teeny tiny stitches. Yes, I do like it. Just do little teeny tiny stitches around here. I can't go to that point there because it's off the fabric, so I'll just go over here. See how I keep getting tangled? So they're almost invisible, but not quite, if you know what I mean. They're small, the stitches. Can I get in there? Oh, that's really thick. No, I can't. So I'll put a little stitch down there. Maybe I should have used that raspberry red colour. I probably would have liked it more than this blue, but anyway, you can hardly see it. Okay. Now, you can hardly see that, that's okay. Now let's see where to put these buttons. Probably put that one down there, maybe 2 up there. I wish I didn't have to put any buttons, but that's part of the prompt, isn't it? Or down the side there. Maybe if I get smaller ones, I might like it more. What about a little cluster of, I like them on the reverse side. No, that doesn't work. I think I'll put them there in a... Why do I have to put buttons on it? Well, that one up there. Well, those two are similar. Because then if I put like a little cluster there, I've got too much happening there. That's why I don't like that. Let me just see what other colour buttons that I've got in here, if there's anything else. I have other buttons, but I can't remember where I put them. That's from Pam, I think, that one. Too shiny. I think I'll just do those. Oh, the struggle is real. No, I like the flower. Will I put the flower there? Am I driving you mad? Probably. Maybe I'll put it there. Do you want a bigger one just to make it a bit more? I really would prefer not to put buttons on it, but I have to. So they have to go on it. So I've just got to bite the bullet and do it. I'm not going to add the red. I'm just going to use one of these ecru colour silks. I think first I'll stitch on those two little ones. I haven't decided. I think I like it better up there. Okay. So I've covered up a lot of that old fabric. Or could I squish them up there in a row? Oh, maybe that would work. Decisions are the worst. Oh, that's it. I'm going to put them up there, so not covering up all my thing. And I'm not going to use the big button because I don't want to cover up too much of my lovely old fabric. Oh, yay, because it was bothering me. I've stitched on the one in the kind of towards the center first, so then I can place these better. Put that one there. And just jump across here. Just be careful not to pull it too tight. I'm going to put a few more stitches in there just to make sure. Then I'll end that off. See, it's right on the edge. Okay, and this is a silk brocade fabric, she told me. Yeah, that's it. Now I'm remembering. And it's a Florentine one. Because there's some very well-known old silk textile companies near Florence. I think in Prato, which is the famous textile area. But she said that even if you were to buy them new, they're very expensive. Okay, I'm just going to end that off down here because it's a bit frayy there. Excuse me, there's probably dust in it all. Okay, so now I can glue it. So I'm going to put my glue. Oh, don't worry, I'll hover away. You won't be able to see me. I'm just swooshing glue on my tag. I'm just not hovering over my what's it called, my felt mat, so I don't get glue all over it, because that's what I do. I make everything dirty. Okay, put that down, put this on there. Oops, it's crooked. Oh, I love that. There we go. There we go. That is my tag. That was quick. Well, considering yesterday I was sort of lost in what I was doing. It was a super long video. Today you get this one. There we go. I've made a tag with some of my old bits that I would otherwise hoard. And I didn't have, I did struggle. It was struggle with the buttons. I really didn't want to add them on. I probably could have added 2 more. Yeah, I didn't want to add them on because I liked it just the way it was. But anyway, I've followed the prompt. So a favorite precious fabric and buttons, and then some precious trims that I have as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Nothing too creative with that one, just using pretty things. But that's sort of what came to me this week. So yeah, so I will see you again soon, and thank you so much for watching, and thank you, Anne, for challenging us. It's always a challenge. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.